Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be doing something that I haven't done yet on the channel, and it's going to be an actual deck profile of one of my decks that I'm currently playing in like, and that is the Labyrinth deck. So far it's really good. It's a very trap heavy deck, and then basically this is your boss monster. Personal build on the Labyrinth deck without any of the floodgates or any of that. This is basically me trying to destroy Tier as much as possible, because Tier Shizu is currently the top of it. But without further ado, let's go check out my build. So first off, I play two of these Ariana. I feel like I needed another one, but so far I've been having like a good mixture between two Ariana and one Irene. Now, if you have both of those on the field, it's really good, considering this one lets you search and this one lets you special. So if you have this one by dumping a trap, this one lets you special by dumping a trap card. So if you have this and like a useless trap, like, or if you have like two welcomes in hand, because sometimes you do have a possibility of having two welcome labyrinths in hand, you just normal summon, activate effect, ditch the welcome labyrinth, special, grab this, and then grab the field spell card. Now the field spell card is really good because if you have welcome labyrinth out, you'll end up going to more of your plays. I will show you some of the combos that I tend to normally do after. So far I've been having a good mixture between just having two Arianas and one Irene, the Labyrinth Servant, and these two. These are like really the main three that you'll end up using. I don't really draw them all the time, so maybe I should bump these up to 3 because these are your normal searchers. I find like a good solution between these. The next ones would be 2 Torby and 1 Chandelier. Now these are really good considering that they let you set your actual trap cards or your spell cards by ditching, discarding 1 card and 1 card in hand. Like I say, if you have these 2 in hand, which is really good because they both have graveyard effects. Those graveyard effects are really good because one lets you special, this one lets you, Torby lets you special on the field, and then Chandelier adds back to hand. Now you can go into for same play, activate Torby effect. How I do it is you'll go Chandelier effect, and then you go to Torby, and if you can get these 2 back out, you activate their effects, you give them back out, and then you activate it again, and now you plus 2 with 2 Labyrinth cards. Welcome Labyrinth or Labyrinth, the field spell. I find the great synergy just having these 3. Usually I don't really have to do much. There's other plays you can do with this, with different types of trap cards. But these are the 3 monsters that I do go for. Stovey, Chandelier. The next card I do run is 1 Lovely Labyrinth. Now this Lovely Labyrinth, it used to be the old boss monster. It was really good at the moment. Also lets you bring back a normal trap card. So let's say if you drop the normal trap, then you'll be able to bring it back in. And then there's multiple trap cards that I play in this, but this is really good for like if you're running out of resources and you need to get some stuff back and getting back from the graveyard. Pretty good card. Next is the boss monsters that I normally do. My normal boss monsters is Lady of the Labyrinth. These 2, I run 2 of these. I had it for 3, but if I have 3 of these first turn, which I've had multiple times, or have 2 in hand, I don't really like because I can't really do much with it because you can't. The only time you activate a normal trap or a Labyrinth spell card, a Labyrinth effect or Labyrinth monster effect. So if you activate one of these guys' effect, you can special it in defense. And then if you activate a trap card, then you activate a normal trap card that is not a Labyrinth trap card, then you can you can set 1 normal trap with a different name directly from the deck, which is really good. I find it to special this in first turn and then set all the other traps. So if I have this in hand and I have an imperm, I activate imperm, I get to special this and then set my plays up for the end of it. Set my more plays up for the next turn. But I run 2 of these. That's all the Labyrinth cards that I play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 actual Labyrinth cards. So far I find it pretty good. And then I run 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prison. You see now, this protects my back row. This is really great if I want to protect my traps, because when I activate a normal trap, I can special it, or any set cards. If any set cards is activated, I can special it and set 1 spell or trap. And it's any spell or trap, nothing in particular. But I have to use it till the end of my next turn, otherwise it's banished. But it's really good. I like playing it in this deck, and then I tend to always use my trap cards. Next is I play 3 Backjack. This is just so I can link off away. Either link away or ditch with Torby or with Chandelier if I have one of them in hand. And then I activate Backjack effect to look at the top 3 and set them in an eddy order. Basically going off for my next place. And if the opponent's turn is, and then I activate the banishing it, I get to pick what trap I want. And then reset it and activate it all in the same turn. And for the hand traps, I only play 2 hand traps against tier, because Ghost Reaper of the Winter Cherries, those are like basically my bread and butter, because I don't really, this deck does not really go into the extra deck at all, basically. So there's no point in me actually using my extra deck. So this is just one of those, if you summon a monster and you activate one of their effects, I chain Winter Cherries and I go for Kit Kalos. With Kit Kalos, that's usually like their playmaker for tier. So go Kit Kalos, and then afterwards, buddy, that's it. You don't get it. You're not playing tier. You can obviously side these out. You don't really need them. I only play this when there's really tier, or if I have Sprite and I don't want too many negates, so I go for Toad. For Toad would be awesome. I played 2 Labrynth. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 3, but that's just this field spell's too good. It's too good. So when I activate a Labrynth, if I have this on the field, I get to pop 1 card on the field. It's just pretty good. Straight 1 card on the field. And then if I activate a normal trap that isn't a Labyrinth, I can special 1 Fiend from the graveyard. So if I have one of these for my boss monsters in the graveyard, I can special it in attack mode and then just keep going off. But I can only use effect of each effect of the Labyrinth once per turn. The next ones, I play 2 Pot of Duality. Now Pot of Duality is really good. Excavate the top 3 of my cards and pick one and go for my next play. Usually if I draw this first turn, I'll go do this and then grab whatever card I think I believe will need. Drop the duel. But it's really good if I have Pot of Extravagance first, which I play 3 of. If I play 3 Pot of Extravagance, I activate it first turn. So we let this, I activate Pot of Extravagance. Sometimes you want hand power because you can negate everything that they do before they even pop off. So I go Pot of Extravagance, and if I have Pot Duality in hand, because I don't really special summon, so I grab that, I grab Pot of Duality, and I activate Pot of Duality and look at the next 3 cards, and then I pick up what's next. It's really great. I played 3 Compulse, considering that each one of the Labyrinth cards have a secondary effect. If I activated a normal trap that actually removes a monster from play, I can draw cards. These 2, if I have them both on the field, these 2 let me draw cards because a monster was destroyed or removed from the field. With a normal trap card, it lets me draw, and if it's spell or trap, I can set it that turn instead of waiting. Then I can set it that turn. It's really good for your plays. Plus, if you don't even draw it, then you have to play for your next one. Really crazy, because sometimes you can get into like crazy chains, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's just so good. With the Compulse, I just play this because it just returns. A 3 Archfiend Ghastly Glitch. Now this is really good. This is by far one of their best traps. Because when I activate it, if I have a Fiend, which I always do, I'll pop something on their field. And depending on what I have or what I'm trying to do, it says you can destroy it, then you can send 1 Fiend. So if I have, depending on what I have, I really want to go into like really crazy and I haven't done any of the Torby or Chandelier, I'll send one of these or one of these depending on what I have in the graveyard, because these two have, I'll send one of these depending on what I have in the graveyard. I'll activate one of their effects, because these effects will go crazy once the card actually resolves. So it says you can, so this is still resolving. After this is done resolving, I can actually ditch these and grab special this, grab this back to hand, activate Torby, go into my next play. Really great. Or I can go into Backjack. Backjack is pretty simple, you know. You dump Backjack effect. Look at the top 3. If it's a trap card, go ahead, set it all in their turn, and then I can activate it. That's why I played 3 of those. It's really good, but the only problem is I have to control a Fiend. That is by far the worst condition, I think. And the next 3, this is strictly against tier, but I like playing this every once in a while against Eldritch. So if I can get Eldritch, if they have 2 Eldritches in hand, I can Ice Dragon Prison, grab one of their Eldritch, banish their Eldritch. Now they have 1 Eldritch in deck, and now what are they gonna do next? Nothing really. This is really great. This basically targets 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. I special it on my find, and if it's the same type, you can banish 2 on each field. This is great against tier as well, because if they're trying to go crazy in the graveyard, I'll activate this, grab their tier, and then before they can even activate the effect, as soon as they send it, I'll activate it, banish those 2. Really great. Ice Dragon Prison is really great. 3, the Welcome Labyrinth. These 3, so good. So good. These 3 basically have this. The Searcher, they special, but you're locked into Fiends all the way up until that turn. Plus, it resets itself. Once it resets itself, it's just so crazy good. So this gives it like a great against with your boss monster. So whenever you have something set, and this you can't activate it the turn you reset it, you have something to protect yourself now, because you can't target card effects or be destroyed by card effects while I have a set. And it's pretty beefy too. Look at that, 3,000 attack, 2,9,000 defense. Really great. This is just these 3 traps. Just immediately you go ham. Immediately you go ham. You just start your plays off and you activate Torby. There's multiple ways to set her on the field even before you have the turn. Now, I like to play 3 imperms just in case. Nothing to it. I just like to negate before you pop off. You activate imperm in hand, and you can special this, special that, and then you pretty much got a 29 defense first turn. You negated their monster. They don't have much to do after that. Or if you have it set, let's say you have it set, you activate it, you special on the side, and then now you can set traps now. You have more down. Like if you have this set, you activated this, it sets itself, and you have Welcome Labyrinth. Then as soon as you activate Welcome Labyrinth, you special, and then you get to set a natural trap. Too good. Then you can set like Ice Dragon Prison, and just keep going off from there. Nothing to it. Just this revolves around so many traps. That's why I run so many. I always main at least 2 evenly. Evenly matches if you're going second and they popped off, you have no hand traps, nothing, and then you go main phase, battle phase, and the battle phase. Activate evenly matched. And then boom. They banish all of them face down, and then if you have Lady of the Labyrinth, you special after resolution, and then you go off from there. Everything, it's so easy to get Lady of the Labyrinth out. It is so easy. And then you set up your plays, depending on what you have. Really easy. Really easy to get her out. Now, my extra deck is not really that great. The Zombie Steins, because eventually, I mean, you have 2 level 8s you can get with Heavenly Prison. You just have nothing much from there, you know. Heavenly Prison, Lady Labrynth, you need a beat stick, 4500, and then you activate this effect, you get the effect. Next, I play 2 Goddess of the Underworld. With Goddess of the Underworld out, you know, it's pretty simple. I just wanna, if I have 4 monsters out, which is usually when I play out Lich, and then I can't destroy it, I can link it away, a special Underworld Goddess, and it just attack me. Plus, it's a fiend if I'm locked into fiends. There you go. There's one way to get that out. Nightmare Cerberus and 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Now these 2 are really good sometimes. This lets you pop a spell or trap card, or this lets you destroy 1 special summon monster. And if they're co-linked, they both get to draw 1, which is pretty good. I prefer mostly to actually Nightmare Phoenix more than Cerberus. Nightmare Phoenix does way much better. Way much better, because it just lets you pop a 1 Utopia just for level 4. Never really go into it, but when I do go into it, I have no other options, and I go off of the Ariana to Ariana play. You go Utopia, attack, and beat the attack, and then you go Zeus, and you have 2 for Zeus now. And then you activate Zeus effect at the end, and it sends all cards. Does not destroy, it sends all cards. That's the only play that I really use Zeus for. And then for Backjack, I have 2 enemas. This is really if I have no other play enemas, and 1 Linkuribo. I find this really good because sometimes they like to play some in your column, and then when you have monster in your column, you know, you activate enema effect, you suck it up, because they either do that or they're gonna end up getting Backjack effect, and usually I want Backjack effect to go off. Now I play 1 Appaloosa just because really great negate if I'm not logged into it and I'm not trying to deal with them. Negate the monster effect per turn. You know, I usually get 3 monsters out first turn. I have 1 number 48 Babushka. It's really good, you know. 2 level 4s. It's a fiend. I was thinking about putting Abyss Dweller just so they don't have to do tier limit plays, but we'll see if I take out 1 of them. Now, for Winter Cherries, the cards I play is Kaleido Heart and get Kit Callus in the extra deck, just so I can banish it. Just reveal, banish, and then now they can't even activate their cards because you need Kit Callus to go into like major plays with them. And then same with Keldor Heart. There's no point in having that in there in my extra deck. That's the only reason why I play. Next would be Totally Awesome. Now, Totally Awesome is just one of those where I'm just like, I hate you. You just suck against Sprite. So I was thinking about putting a lot of other stuff in here, removing some of the Zombie Stein and just an extra stack. Usually it's just for me to, like if I play Sprite, I'll put in Elf, banish Elf, or banish Spring. Those are the ones that you really want to banish, so their plays doesn't go off. Let's see our first. First, okay, dude, we're looking really good right now. That's looking really good. Double Imperm and Pot of Extravagance. If we go first, it's really good because you activate Pot. They banish 6, you don't care. You grab 2. 1, 2. Wow. You activate this effect. You grab Welcome. Activate Labyrinth. Set 3. Pass. You have this in hand. You activate on the normal summon. You activate Welcome Labyrinth. Special. Lady of the Labyrinth, and now because you don't really need the green one anymore. You don't really need the green one anymore after you activate that, because now you need to pop off. So special, you lock them down. Activate Imperm effect. Change this after the resolution. evolution to set one. I like to set Archfiend. If you set it, that if you had another fiend in hand, like say if you had Lovely, you get a special. If you hand a graveyard, well, we can do that actually. We're gonna special Torby from graveyard. In defense, since you do have a fiend and you're activating Labrynth effect, pretty much. And now you have 2 strong defenses. You're going on. You got 1 more trap you can activate. Turn of, and then let's say they get rid of your monsters. Just stack over. That's fine. And then drop the turn. Torby, activate a lot of Extravagance. Draw 2. Torby effect. Resets the welcome. You reset the welcome. And you have Ice Dragon Prison in hand. And you drew Backjack. With Backjack effect, you look at the top 3. And then put them in any order. Stay solid. Reset and turn on the beginning of their first draw phase. You activate Welcome Labyrinth. You chain Backjack. You set that, reset that, and you have a full field again. It is a really not complicated deck, unless you get into mid game and like used all your resources, and it just goes crazy after that. Pretty good deck. I highly recommend it if you guys do play it. I know there's different versions of this deck. This is my personal build. I find it really easy and inexpensive now, since all the cards are a little bit cheaper. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, please come back. Bye.